friends! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the September faves and fails. Can you believe we are already here? I don't even know how we got this far into the year this fast. It's like, okay, hi October, how you doing? Spooky season is upon us, and you guys know I love to do my Halloween special every year, and I'm already planning for it. You may have heard me tease little ideas and products I'm going to be using in my last few videos. If you missed those, I will be linking them above for you. And Cooper is just snoring like crazy. I swear, he's not even that old yet.
You alright there, big boy? Just letting everybody know that you're all comfy, cozy, in every blanket you could get? Yeah? Just a baby.
He had a long walk this morning and he is clearly not recovered. So I have a lot of makeup and makeup tools and some like assist things to talk to you guys about this month. And honestly, I'll be 100% with you as I always am. I have not written down a thing yet this month because I was just kind of like getting through the month. Again, everything is just flying by so quickly. So I'm really going off of where have my hands been going to, not like just notes that I've been writing down, but literally just, oh yeah, muscle memory. I've been loving this, reaching for this, those type of things. And in these videos, I also really love to do my shout outs with you guys because you guys are my favorite part of the month. Every month, you're why I do these deep dive videos all the time. So stay till the end of this video to see if you happen to be shouted out this month. So these are long-winded, chatty videos. Well, all of my videos are. So I love to tell my friends to grab your tea, grab your snack, grab your water, get comfy because we have a lot to go through together. Cheers! Today I'm drinking a sparkling water from AHA. It's like the lime and watermelon. I'm enjoying it. Tell me what you are having below. I love to hear. And yes, it is now officially October, but I am not letting the tan go. And I think it's just because I found a new product that I am loving. So no matter where you live in the country or even in other countries, you can still look glowy with this base product that has surprised me. I got it from a Boxycharm. I was ready to just be like, I'm not even going to use this. I don't even know why I would want to try this. And then I just did. I did try it and I have not stopped using it, honestly. This is the Tan-Luxe Super Glow Serum. I at first was very confused by this, so I did have to do some research into her to figure out what ways do I use her. I showed you guys in my honest user reviews how I really like to use this, so be sure to check out that video if you missed it. I will link that above for you as well. But this is like a hyaluronic serum, so it's good for your skin, but then overnight it gives your face, neck, décolleté this warmth that's not orange. There's no streaking, there's not any patchiness that I have found. It is just really nice. I've used this, I think 2 or 3 times now. I don't try to use it every single night. I use it more like every other night or every 2 nights, kind of depending on how it's looking. And it really makes me look like I have a natural glow to my face, neck, and chest. And that tends to be where I really protect with SPFs all the time, no matter what time of year, but especially in the summer. So it's kind of nice to have this as an assist to warm up and really let everything else match. I have been loving this. I even saw somebody over the weekend and they were like, how do you have such a great tan right now? You work from home. You're constantly working. You're a desk warrior like me. And I was like, get this. I love it. The main drawback I noticed with this product is probably the smell, and it's not like an overwhelming smell. So I don't want you to think like, because when you hear self-tan, you maybe immediately go into those recall sensories of like, oh God, you're gonna reek. It's not that bad. It's really, really not. When it goes on, I actually like the smell. It's just kind of like that next day that after I've slept, I kind of feel like when I move certain ways, I'm like, oh, did I just get a whiff of it? So it kind of just like surprises you. You're just not expecting it because it's not a constant smell, but I can live with it because the following day I never smell it. And then as I'm like building up the tan, it just looks really good. And I really, really like this. I thought I should start there because it's kind of like one of those base pieces, you know, that it sets you up. So I feel like some days I don't even need a full face makeup because it makes me look like I have a healthy glow, because I kind of do, kind of don't. Also, this really, really pricey primer that I've been kind of teasing this month because I asked you guys on my Instagram. And if you don't follow me there, you can follow me right here because I ask you guys a lot of times, ooh, should I get this? Should I try this? Or you'll kind of know what's upcoming behind the scenes of things I'm so excited for. I actually got this in the Ulta 21 day sale, and I have been trying this now pretty consistently over the past like week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts. This is the Murad Hydration Invisiblur Primer. This is supposed to like fill your pores, protect your skin because it has an SPF in it. Then it also primes. It primes for your base face. So I'm just like, wow, you do everything? What? So I asked you guys, and you guys were great with the tips ahead of time because you let me know if you use too much, your makeup will pill. Things on your skin will not sit well. So go in light-handed, give it a try, but a lot of people have either tried it and loved it or heard great things. So since I got it half off, because it's normally 65 bucks. I mean, 65 bucks. Whoo, cha-ching, cha-ching. For a primer, I was like, I don't know about that. But it's got SPF. But it's also gonna help blur all these bossy pores that I've been struggling with, I feel like, the past few months. So I've been using this and I am really enjoying it. I feel like today's makeup, I could even get like lean into the camera so you can see I do not have any bossy upfront pores. I don't notice any texture. I also feel that little extra bit of protection because it is still really sunny outside. And it is 86 in Tampa area where I live. So I am still kind of in that season of protecting. Well, I protect all the time, but also knowing the sun's going to be out all the time for me. I am not mad at how my skin looks in the least. I think it looks really smooth. I think it preps my skin, and I've got some really good things on after that too, just to kind of like help it all out. But so far, you guys are right. This is really great, and it's also not broken me out. Sometimes when something is supposed to be pore filling and kind of just that extra bit that if it starts to pill up if you do too much, I had this issue with the number 7 type of product like this. I had some breakouts, like some small ones here and there. This has not done that for me. Ooh, but I should mention, I did notice a few small, tiny little pimples when I go back here into the Tan-Luxe. So that's also a little drawback I forgot to mention. A few ones, nothing dramatic, but I thought I should mention that. And I know it was from that, not from this, because of where things were applied. So I really think this may be a winner for me. I'm still kind of like going through it. I've only had it like a week and a half, 2 weeks, but I love the way my skin looks right now. Love. 65 bucks is a lot though. So again, I bought this on a half off sale for like $32.50. That's probably the only way I ever would have purchased something like this, because cha-ching, cha-ching, that's a lot. As many of you guys know, I am a bossy browed girl. I got a lot of real estate up here for the brows. So I have been doing a lot of love on the brows lately, and a few things are just where my hand keeps going in the morning. It's like when you reach for something to the point you use up. Have I used up 2 of one of these by now? I think I have. I've had to buy some replacements in the Boxycharm pop-up, so I have to tell you about some things that I just keep using for my brows because it's so good. So that way also, if you see it in the Boxycharm add-ons or pop-ups, little quick moment here. It is a end of the month video, so this is also kind of where we get a little chatty. There are some updates for my boxy babes. Even if you are no longer a boxy babe, this may apply to you as well. So perk up a little bit here because I'm going to tell you something. Some stuff has changed for the Boxycharm add-ons pop-ups. Specifically, they're not calling them that anymore. A little like breaking news on Instagram that I was sharing with you guys. Again, follow me there so you can get all the latest and greatest in the stories as well. Add-ons and pop-ups got a makeover. Get members only access to unreal deals at a fraction of the retail price. So they're now going to be called, instead of add-ons, it's going to be called Drop Shop. Starting October 11th of this month, you can get up to 70% off of retail. So it's essentially, you know, the add-ons, but they're changing the name, and it looks like they may be kind of changing not just the branding of it, but hopefully like the deals. I'm hearing through the comments that they're hoping for even better deals. And then what used to be called pop-up is going to be called Mega Drop Shop, and the next one we're going to see is November 8th. That's going to be 4 times a year, kind of like how it always has been with the pop-ups. They weren't every month like the add-ons. It was more of a quarterly thing. And that's where we're going to get 80% off of the retail value for that. And then there is the Boxy Beauty Bash. That is going to also be in early November, it seems. And this is a once a year thing where it's that annual holiday blowout sale to shop for exclusive products and things like that. So that's kind of how they're rebranding it, but I'm also hearing in the comments it looks like there may be better prices as well. This is a little breaking news update. Yes, I'm interrupting the current video that I was giving myself an interruption for a Boxycharm update about how they're changing their add-ons, but now I need to do another update. This is very meta. It's a breaking news within a breaking news. I'm popping on here to film in a totally different look and everything because I just got an email from Boxycharm that you guys are already asking me about because I am getting this on Thursday, the week that you're seeing this. And yes, if you have not heard yet, or maybe you haven't received your email, I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of these questions about Boxycharm increasing some prices. The base box, from what I'm understanding in this email, will remain the same. All of those prices will be normal. However, Luxe and Premium are both getting updates. So I wanted to address that right now. I'll give you a little bit of breaking news. I could help you decide what you're going to be doing going forward with maybe Luxe or Premium if you get those. Again, if you get the base box, nothing is changing there as of now. The email that I just got reads, at Boxycharm, we've set out to provide the hottest full-size beauty products and brands at an incredible value, all conveniently delivered to your door each month. To continue to fulfill this promise and to take it even further, we will be increasing the premium box to $39.99 a month starting November 1st. So nothing in October, but November 1st is when you would see that increase for the premium box. They're saying that's still an amazing $215 average value for that box. And then the Luxe box will be increasing to $59.99 a quarter because that's not a monthly box. That is an every quarter, every 3-month box. Starting December 1st is when you would see an increase on the Luxe boxes. They're saying, again, still an amazing $395 average value. Don't worry, there will be no changes, again, to your base box. And then they do at least go in here and let you know what you will be getting for those extra dollars, because I'm sure they know this is going to be giving them some backlash. This is going to be a lot of people that have already been frustrated or, you know, on the verge with Boxy, because some people have already left, obviously. I've heard my audience telling me that quite a bit. But I do want to always know, if you're going to be increasing a value, what are we going to be getting in place of? What is the reasoning for that? So they do give us a pretty good laundry list here that I will read off to you. First, access to hot brands and products. Love being first, we do too. We've heard so much excitement around the Premium and Luxe members getting first dibs on hot brands. So essentially, the people that do get Luxe and Premium boxes do get first dibs when it comes to, I believe, like the pop-ups and their special sales. And as I mentioned in this video, in my little breaking news, they are changing the names of that. They're kind of rebranding. Honestly, this is all stuff I would have expected anyway when a company gets taken over. So this isn't honestly something I wasn't expecting, if that helps you at all. Boxycharm isn't telling me anything special just because I get PR from them, trust me. But as a working professional who works with larger corporations that have done merges, just as a side note, I know this kind of thing is pretty normal. Usually the first year, they kind of let things run their course and try to keep things very similar as to what people are used to getting. Then it's after that that they start incorporating different changes, name branding changes like add-ons and pop-ups to whatever they're changing it to, like mega drop shop and things like that. More benefits to users, things like that. I kind of figured more of that would be coming about a year after said merge, which is where we're at currently with the timeline. So that doesn't surprise me. So kind of reading further, it says more makeup and content for Luxe. This is big because this is something all of us have been asking for since we noticed that merge with Ipsy, that things just weren't jiving the way they were before with Luxe. So that's good to hear. It goes on to read, you asked, we listened. The biggest request for Luxe has been to provide more makeup. More makeup. And less accessories. You're in luck because that's exactly what we're doing as we head into the new year. We also want to bring you more exclusive content so you can learn the best tips and tricks from the hottest makeup artists in the industry. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a plan behind there. And I know for a lot of people, even me reading this list right now seems like lip service, because this past year people have been a little disgruntled, a little frustrated. they get that. At least they should get that if they're any good at business. So I'm hoping you're going to be able to see the changes, even if you're not with Boxy, but you're still maybe watching my videos on it or other people's, or just kind of keeping your eye on the trends of what's going on with this particular box. Again, it goes on to say new features and perks. Want more perks of being a premium or luxe member? We've got some exciting things in the works to help you maximize your membership. Stay tuned. I'm really hoping that's also why we're going to be seeing those increases, because I'm hoping we're going to see, for those few dollars, the value in the exchange there. Because premium is going to be going up to $39.99, but it was normally like $35. So it's not a huge price jump, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, okay, but what are you going to do with those extra dollars from so many people? Like, we want to know we're getting something for that. So I hope we do see like the value difference on that. Same with Luxe. Also, in the email, they do say, do you want to lock in the $35 premium pricing? Visit your account on your page to sign up for either a 6-month plan or a 12-month plan before Halloween. 10/31 to guarantee this special rate. And it took me a minute to kind of figure that out. If you go to my Instagram during this day when I'm talking about it, you probably saw me kind of working through it. I currently have the month-to-month plan. So the month-to-month plan means it's ongoing. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I get that? Well, it's because I could cancel at any time. I could give it the and it would be done for. So what they're doing is incentivizing us to still get the same price for 6 or 12 months, but then you're committed to it for that long. So you can't just like pull the plug. So that could be an option too, and that's something I'm considering, because yes, I do get my PR boxes from Boxycharm, but I have been a paying member since 2016, and I still pay for the Luxe, the base, and the premium. So I may actually do one. I'm trying to decide which one I'd want. Maybe just the 12, just to save a little extra, because I do have a channel and it makes sense for me. But I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. Again, I know just hearing this right away after a year of frustration, it could just be the last straw for a lot of people. Totally get it, and I'm sure they do too. I'm just hoping that we see after that New Year's time frame, when things are now transitioned, they're getting all these extra dollars, we see some implementation that we've been expecting from such a big merge. It's 2 big companies, so it's like we need to start seeing the benefits to us, you know what I mean? So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to put you back into this video. Sorry, this was a little interruption here, but I wanted to give you the updated information as I was getting it. So I'll be done with this breaking news moment now, and now back to our regularly scheduled faves and fails. So that is super exciting, and I wanted to mention that really quickly in here, because again, this is the time of month when we're all chatting. We're just kind of checking in with our girlfriends, letting us know what's going on. And I do refer to the add-ons all the time, because the add-ons really tend to be where I can find some amazing backups, great deals, things like that. And I told you guys in a recent video, the Real Her and Billion Dollar Brows micro definer pencils are absolutely what I have been using a ton. They're the micro thin tipped ones. Now the one from Billion Dollar Brows is called Taupe. My blondes in the audience, how often can you really use this? I mean, you might be able to with a really light hand, but goodness, if I can do it, I am nowhere near Taupe. Nowhere near Taupe. You can hear Cooper snoring. I'm so sorry, but it's not me. It's Cooper over there in the living room. And then the Real Her I Am Inspiring pencil. That one's even a deeper chocolatier brown, but I love the tip on these. They're both great for making feather-like strokes. They're both great at building up a natural-looking brow, especially in the front section. I think this is a great tool for me personally with my bossy brows. Really love these pencils. This is the way I prefer to start my brows most days before I move into other bigger picture tools like powders, or the next thing that I have not stopped using from Brow Bar by Reema. This is the Brow Blade from Brow Bar by Reema. I love this so much. I use it pretty consistently, at least weekly. I have found like it does a great job doing multiple hairs at one time. It does a great job of filling, shading, blending the pencils, because sometimes maybe the pencil is a little bit more on the gray toned, lighter brown toned, whatever it is. This just kind of marries it all together, gives it some nice pigmentation. And sometimes I'll let this dry down and then just go in with a touch of powder and be done, especially if I'm coming on camera. On camera with the lighting and the editing and stuff like that, sometimes the brows can get a bit faded. So I do tend to do a bit of a bolder brow before I come on camera. but this helps with it so much that I have to use so much less product. So much less. I'm pretty sure I even spoke about this last month as well, but it's because truly I do just find myself reaching for this. It's just an easy, fast tool. And when you got brows like this, you don't want to spend a good 20 minutes on your brows in the morning. I mean, who does? So I fell in love with this next product, which is a very wet, juicy looking highlighter. Fell in love with it. But I feel like I really thought I would only use it in the summer months. And I let you guys know, I've even touched back on the highlighter this summer, which shocked me, but it's because I had so many other great powders and things that gave me this natural luminosity, which was kind of the look we were going with. But as you can see right now, like my shoulder and my face right here, it's got that wet, juicy look to it. And I feel like I'm getting back into that, but for fall. Who am I? I don't know. But I'm open to it. And I don't remember if I got this product a year ago or 2 years ago, but it is still amazing formula, amazing consistency. I have to tell you, I've not stopped using this. I can use this on the eyes too. This is a hidden gem, I swear. This is the Steve Laurent in Prosecco Please. This is a creamy, oh my gosh, I don't even want to say creamy. This is just a wet product that does a beautiful job on the skin that does not show texture. And guys, you know, I'm oily skin, big pored, I have texture to boot. This jelly highlighter formula is the best. I honestly don't even know how they do this formula, but it is fantastic. You spread it out and it just allows what looks like natural luminosity, this like natural glow, but it's got that wet look, right? That is what is on my shoulders, my collarbones, and on my face today. And the way I prefer to use this is with a damp beauty sponge, and I go into the back end. I'll just kind of like do the butt end of it because it feels a bit more diffused, a little less precise, because if you're using this tip, it may be that streak look. And I wasn't looking for that. I just wanted it to be a little bit more organic looking. So I went in with the back of it, went along the face here, on the shoulders, on the collarbones, all that stuff, and then it just lets the light kiss it in the perfect way that it looks like it's a wet glow. I don't know why I'm in love with it right now, but I really am. Even with a more neutral eye or something like that, maybe even a natural face, it just kind of punches it up a bit. On the eyes, this is beautiful too. Again, this has lasted so well. What is the lifespan on this? 12 months, and I'm pretty positive I've had this longer than 12 months. The formula is so good. It doesn't feel like it's aged at all. So I had to talk about her. I had to. Again, I used to love this in the summer. I love it in the fall right now. What? Could be because I'm having a Florida fall, but you know. I'm thinking about decluttering this, so I may as well talk about this in the fail part of this video. This is something I got from Boxy, and this is the All Night Bender Mascara, like this Rockin's brand. I wanted to like this, but I heard some really bad reviews about it from a lot of people, so it wasn't just me. I've even looked at it sitting there going, Nicole, you know mascaras do better over time. Let it, you know, oxidize, live its life, and try it again. And that's the only reason I've not decluttered this yet. What I really didn't like about this was the lack of lashes I had. I mean, if I'm doing, and maybe it's just the way I like to do makeup. Obviously, I wear a lot of it. I'm not a minimalistic girl unless I'm going for that type of look for that one day. It's not like an everyday look for me. I mean, as you can tell, the girl has the full glam going today, right? So for me, I know this says Extreme Lash Mascara. Maybe it gets better midway through, but I was like, whose extreme is this? Who's extreme? Because it was like, I saw nothing on my lashes. They looked non-curled, and I always curl my lashes beforehand. It like just dropped them. There wasn't enough structure to the lashes with this. But like I said, I haven't tried it again about midlife. So that's the only reason I've not gotten rid of it though. But is there a way that you like to use this mascara? Is it anyone's holy grail? Tell me. I'm just curious at this point. All right, I know I talked about this last month, but this has still become something that I'm shocked I reach for every week, if not every day, to start the bronzing on my face. If I'm doing a natural look or a full glam look, and I'm going to add more later, that's cool, but I've been starting with this bronzer. That I really thought I was going to hate it because of the brand, and I don't have a love or relationship with this brand. Thank you, Boxycharm, for introducing me to the iconic London Ultimate Bronzing Powder. Mine is in the shade Light Bronze, and this is something I use all the time. Also, look at that great mirror. This mirror has been great for doing my makeup too. This is a lot of pan. I have already kind of like lost half of the word iconic in here because I use her up literally every day. I started up with some warmth. I love that I can build this bronzer. It really reminds me a bit of the Physicians Formula bronzer. Now, I don't use that anymore, but I have really felt I could build it like I could that product, where it could kind of lay on itself. It doesn't smell as good as that one. Doesn't really have a scent. But I love how it can just be a very natural, warmed up look. It's very matte though too, and a lot of times, you guys know me, I love to put my Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer across it just to add that little extra juiced up face, that extra glow. But this is something that I can use for a natural day or a glam day. I know I talked about it last month, so I won't harp on it too much this month, but I still love it. Still do. Still kind of shocked. I got a couple palettes here. Now, some of this is going to be a throwback. Some of this is stuff I've had for a while, and some of this is brand new. So I'm not a big, like, product of the moment type person. I'm usually at least reaching for half my makeup being stuff I know I love. So that's how you know if something has really made its mark. It's competing with things that I thoroughly enjoy, because I don't just kind of like pivot all of my makeup every month, every 2 months. I'm really, like, as you guys have probably seen through this summer, kind of reaching into stuff that I just really find works well. Quality over quantity, right? That's how we live our lives here. So some things are new, some things are favorites. And I'm just going to tell you, I haven't used her in a little bit, and then I started pulling her out again this month, and I really want Tati Beauty to come up with a mini version of this. Like, I would even just be cool with, I don't know, certain rows, but this is a palette I have on my eyes today, along with one other thing that I'm going to tell you about that I've not stopped using since receiving it. So that one's a newer one. This is the oldie but a goodie. I love this aura. I don't understand. I love this aura. I love how I just said that like it wasn't like a full statement in itself. This is also the color name, Aura. This is what's on my lids today. And I'm not a girl who's just obsessed with an all matte lid. I tend to really want some shimmer and shine. But this look, once you have this placed down, because it's so opaque and it's such the perfect shade to land right on that lid for its own aha moment, I didn't even need the sequin row or the glittery rose or the metallic rose, because this was enough in itself in my mind. I also loved using Ritual to really warm up my look. I felt like, yes, this girl has a ton of neutral shadows. Ton. But this formula is still one that when I go back into it, I just go, dang girl, you get something with this. Like, we need more. And I think that is coming eventually. Tati's dealing with stuff behind the scenes, but when she does, take my money. Literally take my money and just send it. Just send it my way. I mean, how does a girl get on her PR list? I know I'm a very small channel, but I love this. Love this. I even used some of the Poet the other day in one of my recent videos, in my Thursday video, where I had a like really nice liner going. It started out with something, what was it with? I started out with a different palette entirely. I'm not sure off the top of my head what it was. But then when I just needed a bit more pigmentation without a lot of effort, I lightly went into Poet, put it on my liner, and bam! I mean, she was like done. Soothe row, I use all the time. The Aura row, it's just, I just love, and I love today's eye look. It's fall, but sexy, but daytime, but could go to nighttime. It needed lashes because I was just in it this morning with these dark smoky shades. So I just had to tell you, I'm reaching back into her. Love her a lot, and this is totally worth the money. The first volume one, put it on your Christmas list if you don't have it yet. So good. And I have other neutral palettes, as a lot of us know. I know this is a very neutral look, but I also really love this Nude Mood palette from Colourpop. Look how messy she looks because I've reached into her so much. And yes, I was just talking about the neutral look I have going. That was mostly the Tati palette, not this palette. I just can do different things with each one because the tones in this are a bit warmer. They're a little bit more red undertoned. So when I'm wanting a little bit more fire in a look, a little bit more deep, rich dimension, I pop into this one versus the Tati. The formula on this shocked me, and it is absolutely why it reminded me how much I love my Colourpop formulas. I've started pulling out some of my other Colourpop shadows just to kind of like use as assist palettes with maybe this or other things. And yeah, I bought the Gather Round Sisters palette from Colourpop when they re-released it because I was like, oh yeah, the formula's great and it's only like 20 bucks. I love it. I just can't stop reaching for this. The creaminess of their metallics, it still stuns me that these are such inexpensive small palettes. What was this one, 16? The mattes are also so creamy. so blendable. It really reminds you, you don't have to spend a ton of money to have quality shadows. You do not. If you are a college student, if you are a mom that doesn't have a lot of money to spend on yourself, if you're just starting out in the world, or if you're just someone who can't spend a lot of money on makeup, no matter what your story is. I mean, Colourpop, I know they're not technically drugstore since they're in Ulta and everything, but their prices are so inexpensive. I still refer to them as drugstore makeup because it is so high quality but so inexpensive. They do it right, and I love them for it. Thank you, Colourpop, for being the all-star that you are. I've told you there's like deeper toned neutrals, and this was a more warm toned neutral. If I'm wanting something a little bit more fall yellow toned, a little bit of a base to it that is going to complement more yellow and orange tones, I really am liking something that I thought I was also going to hate, because I'm not a big Fenty girl. Not a big Fenty girl. I've tried a ton from Fenty thanks to Boxycharm, and I've just kind of been like, declutter this, declutter that. Not really into it, right? Not my jam. Haven't been impressed. I have not... Have I done a crease look since getting this where I haven't used this palette? Maybe a few times. But the way I love to start my crease, that middle part of the lid, that's really that transition, can go one way or the other and kind of make or break a look, is this Fenty 7 Cadet palette, and it's these two shades combined. So we've got Take Cover up here and She Salute down here. I love to take like a fluffy brush, kind of mix and match the two, maybe start with this as just a base and then later go into both of these and blow out my crease with it. I find for fall, it's got just enough warmth, just enough yellow undertones that it can really make any look, even if it's neutral, look a different type of neutral because it's got that fall vibe to it. I've got that in my crease today, along with some of the Tati stuff as well, because I was vibing with my girl Tati today, as I just said. But this was how I still wanted to add some of that yellow, burnt orange tones to it, but keep it neutral, keep it easy. And this is kind of where sometimes, even in the same color stories of nudes, color stories and color theory really comes into play when you're being a little bit of an artist with your own face. And this is a small palette, but I've still kept it on top of my like tiny palettes area to keep reaching for these two, because for me that is the vibe I am going with. And then some days I've reached back over here into this green shade. These three work really well together. The mattes are really great. I really enjoy them. I also like a few of the shimmers in here as well. But this little palette, again, I've not been a fan of Fenty products, not been a fan of her shadows. This one really surprised me and I'm really enjoying it. Also, just kick it back one more time to my friends at Colourpop. Super Shock shadows have found their way back onto my fingers and back onto my lids. And this shade that I picked up the same time I picked up Nude Mood is Pledge Class. I told you guys in stores I could get this as a single. I think online you have to buy it as a duo. This is perfect for this time of year. If you just want something easy but something makes it look like you did some work, put this all over your lids, maybe up into your crease, put on some mascara and go. And it looks like you tried when you didn't have to. Gotta love that. We love a simple but beautiful look, right? And the Super Shock shadows are always ones I can do that with. So I just kind of like having a new one every now and again just to play around, and I'm just eyeballing what's going to be coming out for them this holiday season because they are really gorgeous and you don't have to try. It works well in your crease too, because some people think, oh, I can't put shimmery glittery things in my crease. This formula, oh girl, you can. And you can use it with shadows too. I have a lot of brushes, a lot of brushes, and I don't talk a ton about brushes, but there is a brush line that I was slowly collecting, I think from a combination, was this mostly from Ipsy? Maybe a little bit from Boxycharm. I'm not honestly sure. But if you guys had any of the FARAH brushes, some of them are dirty. They're not all clean because I was just using them on my face. These are the FARAH brushes I've been using. This is the tapered blending. This one is a short shading. This one here is another tapered blending. And this one over here is a large shading. I think I have a few others that are more flat as well. These are extremely soft, and I'm finding, kind of like as I was just telling you, a little bit of color theory, a little color story. I use this one for a little bit more of a yellow tone, whereas maybe I'll use this palette for a little bit more red neutral tone, those kind of things. These brushes work beautifully with those type of formulas. And I don't even know how to say this. Like, they work beautifully at helping you achieve the look you're going for if you're wanting just a little bit more touch of yellow, or if you're wanting to marry it a little bit with red tone, and then merge them together. Not all brushes can do this, and I don't think I'm articulating it as well as probably someone who actually does cosmetology and things like that, or estheticians, can do. But there are certain brushes in my collection that I find I can reach for to really marry two different types of tones together. And these FARAH brushes tend to do it for me. I love the fluffier ones because then it can really sweep it across the lid very, very gently. It doesn't have any harsh bristles to it. And that surprises me a lot because I wash them the same way I wash all my other brushes. Luxie, Moda Pro, and I love all of those, but these tend to stand out to me if I'm really wanting to make my own color in either a reds or neutrals or whatever it is I'm doing. These tend to really pick up and blend beautifully. And then it helps me to create things on my eyes that complement my skin a bit better or the look I'm going for better. I find I reach for them a lot, and I don't know if I've ever really talked about them on my channel, but I love these brushes. I don't even know what makes them so special, but I do love them. And I thought I would mention that in this video because as I was going through all of my nudes collection, I was finding I was doing my own little color story matching and things like that. And these have been the ones I want. The lashes that I'm loving right now are the Anastasia lashes that I got from my Boxycharm takeover with Anastasia. These are the snazzy false lashes I'm wearing, and these are the ones I've kind of been reaching for a lot. I feel like the length is a little long, but because they're so thinned out and they kind of just blend well into like your natural lashes too, I feel like they kind of work really nicely where they just give you that extra oomph without being maybe a bit too much. I'm really enjoying them, so I thought I would jump in there and mention those too. And now I've got two lippies here I gotta talk about. One that's an old fave that I repurchased, and I found it on Mercari finally, so I didn't have to pay full price because your girl was looking for some deals, okay? And I have to tell you, I got something else that the formula has surprised me because I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I did. Let's go back to the oldie first. Something that we got, was it 2 years ago now? A year and a half ago? From a Boxycharm, was a brand I had never heard of. It was Laritzy Cosmetics. And I loved the lip gloss in the shade Vibe. I've compared a lot of glosses to this ever since having it. I used it up, and then I got more glosses from Boxy in different brands, like the Iconic London that I talk about kind of frequently. I've got a few others in my collection, but this is the one that I found myself thinking about. It's like that past romance that kind of got away from you. You're like, what are they doing? Wonder what they're up to. Let's search them up on Facebook. Let's look up them on Instagram. Who are they seeing? What are they looking like? And I just kept thinking about it. I've never done that. Actually never stalked an ex, but I thought that was a funny comparison because I just found myself thinking about it. So Adam was wanting me to look up something for him, the Ocidite pimple stuff that we got from Boxycharm. Yeah, he used all that up, and he wanted me to see if I could find one for him. And I was looking for it on a sale because they're kind of pricey. And then while I was looking that up for him, long story long, I found this. I typed it in and I was like, who's still selling this? Maybe I can get it for a deal. Because I think normally it's like, is it 20-something bucks? And I was like, I just can't justify that, especially if I can get it on a deal somewhere. So I got it off Mercari for like $7, something like that. And I think what I love about this gloss is the tone. It goes with so many different nude lips, kind of like I was talking about with the neutral eyes, I know. But it can definitely make your lips look bigger, give you that juiced up look. I can put it over anything, even if it's more of a bold lip, and it complements it. It wears nicely. It's not too sticky. The formula is very easy to work with, and it's not overly sticky, but like I just took a drink and it's still on. It doesn't wear down nearly as much as some other glosses that have too much slip to them do. I love this. I love the color story. I think it works well with my skin tone and probably the colors I tend to go with. Love it so much that I literally was thinking about it ever since I didn't have it, and I rebought it. This little girl shocked me here. I have never tried this formula before, but I now am a convert. This is the Huda Beauty Demi Matte lipstick in Day Slayer. And I was thinking Demi Matte. I like matte, but I like that it says Demi in front of it because I don't want it to be too drying. This formula and this color in Day Slayer is everything to me. It's got enough flexibility. It's got enough movability for the lips. It doesn't dry down into something that makes your lips look crusty or lined or just like that nasty cat butthole look. It really, I'm sorry, but we all know that that's true. It allows it to keep the moisture going, but keeps the color opaque, keeps it on your mouth. I love it, and the color is clearly up this girl's alley. I had never tried these before, so I was super pleased to get this. I think this came in a PR box from Boxycharm, and I lost it for a little bit because I had it in a handbag. And then I was like, not going anywhere, and I was like, I want to get ready for the day. Where's that lipstick I like? And then I was just too busy, and I couldn't find it for a few days. And then I was like, oh yeah, handbag. Look in the handbag, ladies. When you think you lost something, check your handbag. I love the formula on this, and I love the color. I love that it's a matte that stays, but it doesn't hurt your lips. It doesn't dry you down. I love that. Let's talk about a few lifestyle things, because I have some updates to tell you guys about. Some of you have been asking me, what do I think now that I've had some time to use the Grow Gorgeous hair conditioner and shampoo that is for curly wavy hair? I enjoy it. It's not my favorite though. It's something that I'm still like on the hunt for, my holy grail shampoo conditioner combo for wavy curly hair. I just feel like I'm getting closer. I feel like with that product, I'm getting closer, and I got it on a great deal, so of course I wanted to try it through a Boxycharm. I think it was the add-ons, not the pop-ups. Today, I actually used a hair tool that I'll tell you about in just a little bit that I have told you about before that I enjoy. But it does help my hair to get curly and bouncy. I feel like I'm getting closer with those products. I feel like they're like getting me on the cusp of like, okay, you're on the right track. Just keep hunting, keep looking, because I'm definitely using up. I think I'm almost done with maybe the shampoo portion of it. So I'm still on the hunt for something that's good for wavy curly hair. So if you have any recommendations for a combo shampoo and conditioner that really helps to revitalize curls so you don't need as much hair product, let a girl know, because I'm still on the hunt. Still like it. If you get an opportunity to get it and it's at a good deal, I do think it has helped my curly hair game, for sure. You've seen my hair over the past few months, and if you liked how my hair's looked, a lot of it could come from the shampoo and conditioner, for sure. It's just not 100% there yet. I'm so close though, so close. Also, I let you guys know, and maybe summer was a bad time to do this, I'll be honest, because I am a woman who's going through early hormone replacement therapy and menopause. So I was letting you know, sometimes in the afternoons, your girl can, notice the difference, or I can kind of stink a little. We're adults, we can all talk about this. And I was trying the Native deodorants. It's a more natural deodorant. My husband really likes the natural deodorants. Through the summer, have found this was not my jam. I tried. I think I'm going to try this again this cooler weather season. I can't really say fall, because for me it's not really. It's going to be more like winter time. But I am keeping this on hand to try again. But for me, it didn't do what I was hoping it would do. And I know a lot of you guys that are also maybe in my same boat, you wanted to know my thoughts. Through the summer, no, unfortunately. Real talk. I'm also still loving these scarves. I got this like a 4-pack of scarves from Amazon. So I will link below which ones I have, but I thought this one was going to be perfect for fall, you know? So I was kind of like putting a braid in my hair. It's kind of hard to see when I have dark hair. It's got the waves going, but I felt like after I had done a bunch of stuff, putting my hair in the scarf, putting a braid in there, my waves were a little distressed. So I went back into this tool that I got from Amazon a while back. This is the Bedhead Wave Artist. I don't use this a lot actually in the summer because it's so hot. My hair's naturally curly, and when the humidity is up, girl, you know my hair is crazy. But I just unlock it. It has these 2 heads to it, and it can wave your hair. You just stick your hair in there, press down, and then release. It has an on-off switch on the side and a heat setting. For more thicker textured hair, you kind of have to go higher up in temperatures. But if you have maybe more medium to thin hair, you can go lighter, go a little less heat. And this literally took, after it warmed up, which didn't take long at all, 3 minutes at the most to just kind of like wave out the rest of my hair, because my waves weren't looking so cute anymore. It's like day 3 hair, and I kind of tossed it up, threw a braid in it, kind of things like that. So if you just wanted to do something like that, this is also something that I have loved as a hair tool, but I mostly pull it out in the cooler months. Now I'm starting to collect a few hair tools, which is kind of hard in this tiny house, because anytime a new one shows up, I'm sure Adam's looking at it going, where are you going to keep that one? We don't have a lot of space for this. But the Boxycharm, was it the add-ons? Or was it a special? I think there was a special one day, because they're doing like daily specials sometimes. They had this professional blowout brush that I was super excited to try. I also mentioned this in a previous video, so I won't harp on it too much. The brand is Adagio, and I found that it was actually bigger than I thought it would be, but I could tell why, because it really helps to blow it out and get some movement to your hair. I don't like pin straight hair on me. I mean, as a naturally wavy haired girl, I'm used to seeing some volume. So this really allowed my blowout when I did use it to have a lot of volume, and it lasted for days where I had some like, you know, that 1990s Cindy Crawford, Topanga from Boy Meets World, you know, big hair. And that's really how I've always liked my hair, to be honest. That's never really a trend for me. That's like a lively thing. It's not a trend. It's a life moment for me. It's what I do. And this really helps with that a lot. Now to the part of the video where I love to give you guys shout outs, because you guys comment to me throughout the month and you're always sending me your love, your requests, you tell me your thoughts. I love that. So I love to shout you guys out when I can. And I have to say, Smoke Princess Gina, you have been on my channel the past few days just giving me paragraphs of thoughts, and you've been going through old videos, new videos. Hey girl, thank you so much for hanging out here with me and letting me know your thoughts. And one of your questions recently was, what's your top favorite product from Boxycharm? One skincare, one makeup. Whoo, I don't usually answer things in the middle of this, but you know what? I'm going to go there. I'm going to do it. So I have to say, one of my favorite skincare pieces that I learned about through Boxycharm, but it only came around once years ago, and it's something I've continued to repurchase, is Peach and Lily Glass Refining Serum. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about this for years and years, and it's because I originally learned about it from Boxy, and I've not stopped purchasing it from like Ulta 21 day sales, sometimes even full price ever since, because this is my go-to. No matter how much skincare we've been getting from Boxy, I always have one of these on hand because I know it treats my skin right, and I love her so much. And as for the makeup, ooh, all-time favorite Boxycharm makeup product. Dang. You know what? I'll do it more in the moment because I felt like this was a little bit of a throwback because I've had her for so long, but dang it, she's good. I would say for makeup, this is so hard. I'm literally opening my drawers, going through my stuff, going, oh, well, for this category, it would be this, and for this category, it would be that. Do you guys want to see that in a full video? Like, each category, my favorite top thing I've ever gotten from Boxycharm that's maybe lasted the test of time, something that could be new or old. Do you want to see that? Gosh, there's so many things that have changed my makeup game that I've received from Boxycharm. I'm gonna have to say it's probably gotta be more of a face complexion piece, not something sexy or something you may think of like as an eyeshadow palette. I love getting eyeshadow palettes because I do. I love getting eyeshadow palettes. But the thing that was gonna last for a really long time is when I notice that it makes my skin or my face look great no matter what. And sometimes, you know, an eyeshadow palette can do that, but usually I'm thinking more skin-based. So right now I'm stuck between two things that I'm loving and used up so much of, so I think that's the endorsement for it. Here is the Natasha Denona Light Medium Neutral Transform Matte Pore Vanishing Foundation. This is like my third of this. I love this so darn much. This one's almost empty and I have one more backup for it because it's that good for my skin. I know this isn't for every skin type, but it really does make my face look amazing, sets my makeup up for success, helps me with my pores. I don't look oily through the day. This formula is amazing. But also another like base piece would be the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil Bronzer. You can see how much pan is on here. I love this for the body, for the face. I have raved about it for such a long time now. I feel like it makes my skin look smooth. It allows me to have a warmth to the face that doesn't overwhelm, and it's just very complimentary. And I find that if you actually try it, it's really, most people like that have tried it, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think the formula could be this good. It's so good. Off the top of my head, just now reading that one, that's what I'm gonna say at the moment. But if you guys want to see a video on that, please tell me below. Also, Jody Lynn, I've been seeing you in my comments a ton. You're giving me all of your thoughts and your feedback. You were just saying recently that you couldn't deny when you saw my skin looked totally different after using some of my skincare, and that makes you want to try some of the skincare maybe you've received. Hey girl, thank you so much for your love. I love seeing you in my comments. And you guys never know when you could be featured in my next faves and fails. So be sure to let me know your thoughts below. Give me all your faves, your fails for the month, all of those amazing things. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging in here with me with these really long videos. I hope you take a quick minute to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on all of the fun things I have coming. And you guys, it's October. I have my Halloween special coming. So many great things. So please hit that notification bell and subscribe if you have not. Bye, friends.